Now see the next question from practice set 5.2, question number 7. Prove that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if and only its diagonal bisect each other. So here condition is if and only if. It is a double conditional statement. So we have to first consider this quadrilateral as a parallelogram and show its diagonal bisect each other. In second part, that is in converse, we have to show if diagonal of a quadrilateral bisect each other, then that quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So in first case, we consider quadrilateral as a parallelogram and prove the diagonal bisect each other. So see, first we have to consider the quadrilateral. So we write here, let quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. So we consider here quadrilateral ABCD, which is a parallelogram. So by the definition of parallelogram, their sides must be equal length. So we consider here AB equals to DC, and this side AB and side DC parallel to each other. So we write here AB equals to DC and AB parallel to DC. That is by the definition of parallelogram. Now we have to prove this by using vector method. So we write their position vectors and we consider its direction. So let A bar, B bar, C bar, D bar respectively the position vector of vertices ABCD of quadrilateral ABCD. Now this AB equals to DC, this AB parallel to DC. So we consider here vector AB equals to vector DC. So by the definition of position vector, so we write position vector of B minus position vector of A. So we write here B bar minus A bar, position vector of C minus position vector of D. So we write here C bar minus D bar. Now we have to show the diagonal bisect each other. So we prove here the diagonal AC and diagonal BD have same midpoint. So we first see the diagonal AC. So the midpoint must be in the vector form A and C. So we reduce this equality in the form of vector AC and vector BD separately. So in RHS, we shift this minus vector to RHS, we get plus vector. So we write A bar plus C bar, transfer this minus vector D to left hand side, we get B bar plus D bar. Now we have to reduce it into midpoint formula, so divide both sides by 2. So B bar plus D bar by 2, A bar plus C bar by 2. Now see the converse of this problem. Here in converse, if the diagonal bisect each other of quadrilateral ABCD, then we have to show that this quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. So in converse, we consider the diagonal AC and BD bisect each other. So we write here if diagonal bisect each other. Now diagonals are AC and BD. Diagonal bisect each other, that means their midpoint is same. So we write here the midpoint of AC, vector AC is. So we write here A bar plus C bar upon 2, midpoint of BD, vector BD is B bar plus D bar upon 2. Now in given part, we are considering diagonal bisect each other. So this midpoint must be same. So we write here A bar plus C bar upon 2 is equals to B bar plus D bar upon 2. So cancelling this 2, we get A bar plus C bar is equals to B bar plus D bar. Now we have to show here this side AB equals to side DC and this side AB parallel to DC. So we shift this A to right hand side. A to right hand side. We write here vector minus A. So for side AB we require A and B in one side. So keep vector B as it is in right hand side. Shift this vector D to left hand side. So we write here C bar minus D bar. Now if we see, this is the vector DC. So we write here vector DC. This is vector AB. If we consider the magnitude of this, these two vectors are equal. So we write here AB equals to DC and this AB parallel to BC. So this is condition for parallelogram. Therefore the quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. So in this way we can write, therefore quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Now see the next question. In this question we have to prove that the median of a trapezium is parallel to the parallel sides of the trapezium and its length is half of the sum of the length of parallel sides. So first we see diagrammatically what we have to show and what we have to consider. Now we have to consider a trapezium first. So we consider here trapezium ABCD and here we have to show that if we consider these two sides AD and BC are parallel sides and this AB and DC are non-parallel sides. So we have to show here these two parallel sides. This side AD parallel to BC. So in this trapezium we consider this side AD parallel to BC. These two sides we have to show parallel with median of this trapezium. So if M and N are the midpoints of non-parallel sides, these are AB and BC are non-parallel sides. So if we consider M and N are the midpoints of side AB and DC, then MN is the median of that trapezium. So we have to show this median MN is parallel to the parallel sides. So we have to show that here this median MN parallel to AD and this MN parallel to BC. This is we have to show in first part. And in second part we have to show that and its length is half of the sum of length of parallel sides. That means the length of median, that is MN, is equal to half of sum of the parallel sides. So parallel sides we consider AD plus BC. So we have to show this median is half of the sum of the parallel sides. This we have to show in this. But we have to show this by vector method. So we consider here trapezium ABCD. So we write here let ABCD is a trapezium. Let AD parallel to BC and AB and BC are non-parallel sides. Let M and N are midpoints of non-parallel sides AB and BC. Then MN is median of trapezium. So we have to write this because we consider here trapezium ABCD, in which this side AD is parallel to side BC. These AB and DC are non-parallel sides. We consider on non-parallel sides their midpoints. So after joining these midpoints, we get median of that trapezium. Now we have to show this median is parallel to parallel sides AD and BC. So first we write all the vertices and its position vector. So we write here, let A of A bar, B of B bar, C of C bar, D of D bar and M of M bar, N of N bar be the position vectors. So first we consider position vector of all the points. Now here we consider AD and BC as parallel sides. So since AD, vector AD parallel to vector BC, so these vectors are parallel, means these two vectors are collinear. Therefore vector AD and vector BC are collinear. If two vectors are collinear, then there exists scalar. Suppose that scalar is k. Therefore there exists a scalar k such that we write this as vector AD is equals to k into vector BC. Now we required vector AD plus vector BC. So we add vector BC on both sides for further calculation. So we write here vector AD plus vector BC equals to k into vector BC plus vector BC. Here we add vector BC on both sides. So in RHS we can take vector BC common. So k plus 1 into vector BC. So denote this as equation number 1. Now M is the midpoint of side AB, N is the midpoint of side DC, and these two sides are non-parallel. So we write here by using midpoint formula the position vector of point M. So we write here M bar is equals to A bar plus B bar upon 2, because position vector of A is A bar, position vector of B is B bar, and we consider position vector of M is M bar. So we write here M bar equals to A bar plus B bar upon 2, A bar plus B bar upon 2. Similarly, N is midpoint of side DC. We consider here position vector of N is N bar, position vector of D is D bar, and position vector of C is C bar. So we write here by using midpoint formula N bar equals to B bar plus C bar, or which is convenient, C bar plus D bar upon 2. Now we have to find the vector Mn. So we write here vector Mn is equals to, again, position vector of N minus position vector of N can be written this. So we write here N bar minus M bar. Now substitute the value of vector N, that is C bar plus D bar upon 2 minus M bar is A bar plus B bar upon 2. So here we write base same 2, C bar plus D bar minus A bar minus B bar. So we rearrange the numerator so as to get this vector Mn in terms of vector AD and vector BC. So two vectors we collect as vector AD. For vector AD, so write vector A with vector D and vector BC. So for vector BC, we collect vector B and vector C in one bracket. So we write here 1 by 2 common. Here we require first AD. So we write this vector D bar minus A bar plus in second bracket we required vector BC, that means C bar minus B bar. So we write here C bar minus B bar. This is equals to half of D bar minus A bar is vector AD. Vector C bar minus B bar is vector BC. So we denote this as equation number second. Now observe the equation 1 and 2. Here vector Mn equals to half of vector AD plus BC. Here vector AD plus vector BC equals to K plus 1 times vector BC. That means we can divide equation 1 by 2. We get, therefore divide equation 1 by 2. We get. So we divide this equation 1 by 2. So we write here vector AD plus vector BC upon 2 is equals to here K plus 1 upon 2 into vector BC. So denote this as equation number 3. Now if you observe, the RHS of equation 2 and LHS of equation 3 is same. That means these two can be equated. So we write here vector Mn equals to K plus 1 by 2 times vector BC. So from equation 2 and 3 we write vector Mn is equals to K plus 1 by 2 times vector BC. So this vector Mn is in scalar multiple of vector BC. Therefore vector Mn parallel to vector BC. Now see the diagram. Here vector AD parallel to vector BC, or side AD parallel to side BC, and this vector BC parallel to vector Mn. So from this we can say that if vector Mn parallel to vector BC, this vector parallel to vector AD, that means this vector Mn also parallel to vector AD. So similarly we can show that this vector Mn parallel to vector AD. Therefore AD parallel to vector Mn. This is first part. Now we have to show that this median Mn is equals to half of sum of the parallel sides. That means here we have to show last part as Mn is equals to half of AD plus BC. This we have to show. So see the equation number second. If we take the magnitude of this is nothing but the magnitude of this vector half of vector AD plus BC. So from this we can say that Mn equals to half of AD plus BC. So see how to write. From equation second, vector Mn equals to half of sum of vector AD plus BC. So we take modulus on both sides. So we write here modulus of vector Mn, that is magnitude of vector Mn, which we write Mn. Here we have to take magnitude of 1 by 2 as 1 by 2 magnitude of AD plus magnitude of BC. So again we can separate the magnitudes. Half of magnitude of AD, which we write AD, magnitude of BC, which we write BC. So from this we can say that here magnitude of the median of the trapezium is sum of magnitude of the parallel sides. So Here we use the property magnitude of AD plus BC equals to magnitude of AD plus magnitude of BC. So in this way we can write the solution of this question.